What is the meaning of life? If anyone knows, you can save us about 7 minutes.
42.
Yes.
I'm talking about man's search for meaning. It's one of the deepest, most mysterious existential undercurrents of human life. And if you can read, it's also a book written by Viktor Frankl. He was a man who tragically lost his entire family in the Holocaust and alone survived 4 Nazi death camps. He observed that those who survived were not always the strongest and the healthiest. It was those who found purpose in their suffering. Each of us craves a deeper reason for our existence. And when we lose sight of that, we tend to spiral. For some time, I thought my purpose was to lead and inspire, although some recent thinking has drawn me away from that idea. Tonight, I'd like to share with you how that perspective eventually unraveled and what I've discovered not as an answer, but a direction in my own search for meaning. When I graduated college, I felt that success in life could be measured objectively. I gave life a scoreboard. When I began to see results from my efforts, career acceleration, financial growth, social recognition, I felt that I had found the way. I felt a responsibility to share this with others. By showing younger people, those who may have been affected by fear or uncertainty in their own life, that it didn't matter where they were, that they too could find or build something that they were proud of. That version of purpose lit a fire in me. I sacrificed, I worked hard, and I watched my score go up. I'm not special, but I felt that I was winning, so you could too. There I was at 25 years old, and I thought that I had it all figured out. I found my purpose, inspire the next generation. That was easy. See, when I was in school, I had a knack for finishing my tests before the rest of the class. This felt like that. It's a little bit too easy, and I found the answers too early in life. I felt doubt. Maybe I was inspiring people on the wrong basis altogether. I might have told you, believe in yourself, work hard, but that's not the whole story. Success doesn't guarantee fulfillment. Recognition doesn't equate to connection. So if I was reaching these objective measures of success and I still felt empty inside, then what was this all for? That was a turning point for me. How could I pursue this mission of inspiring others if I myself found doubt at the end of the road? What success did for me was trivialize the mundane parts of life so I could focus not on survival, but the bigger questions. What is the meaning of life? Who am I? Am I doing the right thing? Why am I here? The bigger questions got louder and louder until they were deafening. I'd ruminate on the question, who are you? And I'd come up with an answer. Finance, bro? Why? Do I really love finance? If money weren't a factor, would I choose this life? Looking at screens all day, basis points, spreads, investor returns, digits? Probably not. And when I came to that answer, I realized I was onto something. Maybe the meaning of life question doesn't have an answer, at least not one that appears fully formed. Maybe it's a compass that quietly points you in one direction. It pulls you out of comfort and tosses you into the unknown. I used to think my purpose was to inspire and lead others, and maybe that's still a part of it. Because how dare I limit myself to only existing for one reason? But maybe there's a higher order purpose instead. Maybe that's self-discovery. What if I pursued that at all cost? Absolute freedom without having to put on a performance just to survive. What does that version of me look like? My compass points down a path that's blurry and obscure. There's no map. It's dark out. There's likely no end or destination. There will be milestones, trophies, and titles along the way, but none of those things are me. Who I am is fluid. It takes the shape of whatever container holds it. That could be work, relationships, the seasons of life. All of this is to say, there is no arrival. There's only becoming. Challenging aspect of this is that no one has the answers that you and I seek. Society can't tell you who you should be, not your boss, not your family, not your friends, not your partner. Even if I stumble upon meaning on my journey, it means nothing to you because you're on a different path. Only you can make that discovery. And if that weren't hard enough, these answers aren't found in easy to reach places. Oftentimes they're buried beneath fear and ambiguity. They're nestled between layers of things that we don't want to confront. That could be failure or shame and isolation. Some may say, that sounds hard. That sounds like suffering. Maybe. With a slight shift in perspective, maybe that's what the call to adventure sounds like. That's the hero's journey, isn't it? Not knowing the answers, but chasing the unknown anyway. Viktor Frankl said, those who have a why can bear almost any how. What's your why? More importantly, what are you willing to face to become the person who finds out? Thank you.